Good afternoon. This is your News 4 Now update. I'm Kay Ingram, and we want to start with a developing story out of Chinatown. That's where police say a man was found slashed to death. News 4's Gabi Acevedo is there with the latest. Gabi?
We are in Chinatown, where a man was found dead with multiple slashing wounds and cuts near Emma Lazarus High School at the corner of Hester Street and Forsyth Street. Chopper 4 was over the scene earlier. Police say the body was discovered around 7:30 a.m. and at this time the victim has not been identified. These are the preliminary stages of the investigation, and it is still unclear what exactly happened in this case. But I can tell you that there is a park here just steps away from the school, and it appears that the man's body was discovered by someone walking past this area. Police say that person alerted officers who arrived on scene and found the victim with multiple slashing wounds and was pronounced dead. There is significant police presence. We see detectives working the crime scene. Access to Hester Street playground has been closed off at the moment. Many people walking by are actually curious as to what is going on. We have also seen investigators canvassing the block, looking for possible surveillance video that can shed light on this investigation and can give them at least a puzzle of evidence as to why and how this man was found at this specific location. Reporting from Chinatown, Gabi Acevedo, News 4 New York.
Thanks, Gabi. Now, we're also following breaking news on Long Island. That's where a school bus crashed in Amityville this morning. You can see another car was involved. Then the bus slammed into a utility pole. A woman was killed in the crash. Several others were hurt, including a student. Investigators also haven't told us what caused the crash. Now, the NYPD has put out new video showing a man mugging a hairstylist while she was on the job. It happened at the beauty and nail salon on 52nd Street last Thursday in Sunset Park. Police say the man walked into the salon and demanded money from the stylist. He then punched her several times before taking her necklace and $100 cash. The victim should be okay, but police need your help finding this guy. All right, next, Governor Kathy Hochul is revving up New York's efforts to make sure we reach the goal of zero emissions for all new vehicles by 2035. And to do that, more charging stations are on the way.
For 20 minutes, with a fast charging station, your vehicle can be charged. No longer does it have to be overnight and longer periods of time. So we're focused on getting these fast chargers out there.
The governor was in White Plains today. She announced that 100 public fast charging stations have been installed, but more are coming. $175 million is being used to install them along major interstates like I-95. The governor signed legislation requiring all new electric vehicles, even school buses, must be zero emissions by 2035. She also pushed the state's rebate system, which has helped 78,000 New Yorkers get a $2,000 discount on new e-vehicles. And this is new video out of South Jersey. A cooling tower at a former power plant in Cape May County was imploded this morning. It happened in Beasley's Point at the BL England generating station. The tower was once considered a Jersey Shore landmark back in 1974. And now on to a commuter alert. Long Island Railroad is ditching plans to eliminate express train service to Penn Station on its Port Washington line. This comes after months of complaints from thousands of North Shore residents. Officials are also calling on the MTA and the town of Hempstead to get the long derailed Port Washington Yard expansion project back on track. Now, if it gets done, even more express trains would be in service.
Time for a check of our afternoon weather. We have the very latest tropical storm Ian now with 70-mile-per-hour winds, gaining some strength, moving to the north-northeast at about 9 miles per hour. We do have, at this point, tropical storm watches up and down the eastern seaboard, stretching from central Florida all the way into the Carolinas at this point, even including inland locations like Raleigh. This storm system beginning to push into the western Atlantic, making landfall once again and climbing up the east coast, potentially impacting our weather with remnants as we head into Saturday and possibly Sunday. A look ahead through the afternoon, some clouds roll in, the outermost clouds from the shield that is part of Ian, but we will stay dry, and we are looking at cooler weather taking us through the next 10 days with those showers possible as we head through Saturday, Sunday, Monday, even potentially into Tuesday. That's a look at the weather, Kay.
Thanks, Dave. We'll be sure to keep an eye out for that. Well, that's all I've got for you. I'm Kay Ingram. Thanks for watching. We'll be back with another update for you in 30 minutes. See you then. Good afternoon. This is your News 4 Now update. A Brooklyn community is stunned this afternoon after a teen was found dead. We've learned she was shot in the face. It happened last night on Eastern Parkway in Crown Heights. And what makes this case even worse, police believe she was not the intended target. News 4's Romney Smith is at the scene.
I've been out here trying to speak with people who live in the building. Everyone staying tight-lipped, some telling me off camera it's not safe for them to speak with the media out of fear of their own safety. We know the victim's name was just released. Her name is Shema Roman, and she's 17 years old. She was simply hanging outside around 6 o'clock on Wednesday when someone fired shots into the crowd, and they unfortunately hit her in the face. She was rushed to Brookdale University Hospital Medical Center, where she was pronounced dead. We spoke to family members this morning who were too emotional to go on camera, understandably. But in the meantime, NYPD still searching for her killer. They are urging everyone, if you know anything about this shooting, to call them immediately. Reporting in Crown Heights, Brooklyn, Romney Smith, News 4 New York.
Thanks, Romney. Now, new video from the NYPD shows a man being robbed, then stabbed in Sunset Park, Brooklyn. It happened during the early hours of September 11th. Police say the victim was walking on 56th Street when a man removed his necklace. Then a fight happened, and that's when police say the suspect stabbed him in the stomach and got away. The victim should be okay. Next, police say they've arrested the man behind a series of attacks on female runners. The first two incidents happened on September 14th and 18th at 12:30 in the afternoon near 163rd Street. In those incidents, police say the man groped the women, then took off. The most recent incident happened around 11 a.m. Saturday in Fort Tryon Park. Now, in that case, police say the man sexually assaulted a woman at knife point before taking off on a scooter. And the MTA is celebrating a Subway milestone with the announcement of a Subway sandwich. The MTA is teaming up with sandwich icons Alidoro and Katz Deli to create a sandwich celebrating the first Subway trip to the City Hall station. That was back in 1904. It has Katz famous pastrami on rye with provolone, chili pepper, and garlic cream sauce. It's served in a wrapper of the Subway map. You can get it at all of Alidoro's locations. And a heads up ahead of the holiday season. The Winter Village at Bryant Park will make its comeback next month. The ice rink and holiday market will reopen just before Halloween on October 28th and will run through next March. All right, and still more ahead. Could Ian cause a rainy weekend for us in the tri-state? Storm Team 4's Dave Price has your forecast next.
And good afternoon. A quick check of the weather. We have 64 degrees outside. Winds out of the north-northeast at about 8 miles per hour and dry air. Dew points at 44. Look ahead. We are going to see some clouds begin to roll on in as we head into the evening hours. Temperatures dropping into the mid-50s through the middle of the overnight. All eyes on Ian right now. And you can see we are looking at heavy rains beginning to roll onshore as we head into North Florida, Jacksonville, into Georgia, and eventually moving into the Carolinas, where we could see upwards of a half foot of rain or more in Charleston. All of this eventually working in our area, but we don't get a lot of rain out of it. Question is to timing of all this, but we could see rains through Saturday and better improving conditions on Sunday. But again, a lot of that depends on the timing. Kay?
All right, Dave, thanks for that. And coming up at 4, New York City just announced changes to public school admissions. We break down the updates to the city's application process. Well, that's it for now. Thanks for watching. I'm Kay Ingram, and we'll see you back here for News 4 New York at 4. Have a good afternoon.